Erika, the grass-type gym leader in Kanto, and while she may have been easy for those of you who chose Charmander, myself included, her Vileplume did still give me some troubles. But what if Erika wanted to become the champion of the Kanto region, using what I consider one of her strongest teams in Pokemon Leaf Green, and what some of you guys also recommended? We ended up with a team consisting of a Venusaur, a Victreebel, a Vileplume, Executor, a Cradily, and then a Ludicolo too, giving her a solid grass-type team. As we make our way through the Indigo Plateau to arrive at the Elite Four ready for the challenge, let me explain the rules. Now I know what you're all thinking, I could just have a full team of level 100 Pokemon and easily win. Well, that's where the rules come in. We can't level past the Elite Four or Champion's Ace Pokemon. No items in battle or held items allowed. We've also got to play it like a gym leader, meaning no switching, as gym leaders really don't switch that much. So with the brief rules out of the way, let's see if Erika can become the Kanto champion. So first the Elite Four is Lorelei. She's an ice type specialist, and with us having mainly grass types, it could go either way. Either we sweep her with a Venusaur, or her Ice Beam just destroys us. Let's attempt our first Elite Four member. Her lead is Dugong, and our lead for this challenge is Venusaur. I imagine Erika set off on her journey choosing Bulbasaur, so let's lead with a powerhouse of a Pokemon. We outspeed Dugong turn 1, and Venusaur hits a super hard Giga Drain, dealing incredible damage, but Dugong survives the hit, and he hits us back with a freezing Ice Beam, decimating our HP too. Lorelei actually chooses to full restore here, letting Venusaur get off another Giga Drain that critical hits to take her lead Pokemon down, and we heal basically back to full. I'll take that. Second out she chooses Cloyster. We outspeed again and Giga Drain, and Cloyster's special isn't the best, so only one move takes him down. This is a great start. Third is Lapras. We Giga Drain once more, by far our strongest move, and it does do fantastic damage once more as we take a freezing Ice Beam from Lapras, putting us low. But now the downside of our powerful move like Giga Drain, we use our last PP to take down the transport Pokemon, and we swept half of Lorelei's team, but there's no more recovery for us now. Her next Pokemon is Piloswine. It's weak to grass, but we're out of PP, so all we can do is Sludge Bomb for basically nothing, but we do snag a poison too, as Piloswine connects a Blizzard that Venusaur tanks like a champ. We Sludge Bomb again, putting Piloswine at close to half HP before we succumb finally to a Double Edge. Second, I choose to go into another iconic Pokemon for Erika, Vileplume. We also have Giga Drain on this Pokemon, so that's a plus. We go for Giga Drain and it does enough to bring down her woolly ice type, leaving her with only a Jinx left. But Jinx is an issue. Its first move is to attract Vileplume, causing us to fall in love. Vileplume then decides it loves Jinx too much and doesn't want to attack it. Not good. The following turn, Jinx goes for a lovely kiss, which she also lands and puts us to sleep. We don't wake up immediately, unfortunately, and on the next turn she hits a Psychic that brings Vileplume very low and lowers our special defense. We don't wake up, and the next turn we fall to an Ice Beam. Right now I would panic if it wasn't for Cradily, and I'm so happy some of you guys suggested this Pokemon. While an Ice Beam does fantastic damage, Cradily gives us a Rock type move option in Ancient Power, which is more than enough to bring Jinx down in one attack, and we get the stat boost, although it's wasted as that's her last Pokemon. The stat boost increases all of our stats by one stage, and with that we defeat Lorelei in a battle that could have gone either way. Venusaur is an incredible lead, and I'm feeling really confident. Let's continue. The second Elite Four member in our way to champion glory is Bruno. He's a fighting type expert with 2 Steelixes. I think we match up pretty well again here, so I'm not too worried about him. Bruno's lead is a good matchup for our grass powerhouse Venusaur. It's a Steelix who has incredibly bulk defensively, but special it's not so great, and it takes big damage from a Giga Drain, about half, as he hits a Rock Tomb, doing practically nothing, but lowering our speed stat in the process. We still outspeed the super slow Pokemon the next turn, and we critical hit again a Giga Drain to make sure he falls. Second, he sends out Hitmonlee. I opt to Sludge Bomb, which does great damage once again before he just misses a Mega Kick. So the next turn another Sludge Bomb deals with his next Pokemon. Third out is his Hitmonchan. We go for a Sludge Bomb once more, doing exactly half before a counter does massive damage to us. We just keep throwing Sludge at his Pokemon, barely missing out on the KO as a counter finally finishes off Venusaur. We did land the poison too on a Hitmonchan, so we send out Executor, who gets to watch Hitmonchan immediately fall to the poison damage with a big smile on his face too. Bruno opts to go into his next Steelix now, as I charge a Solar Beam thinking I can take whatever it throws at us, as an Iron Tail does close to half and lowers our defense in the process. process. Now Solar Beam is fully charged and we blast Steelix with raw power and he falls to us too. Last is Bruno's ace, his Machamp. Exeggutor's secondary typing, Psychic, allows us to hit a stab Psychic to one-hit KO his ace Pokemon in a pretty easy battle. But after doing this as Lieutenant Surge last time, I'll take an easy win. The difficulty and level curves probably will start to increase a little bit now for Erika. I feel like it's going to happen. Let's continue. The third member we need to face is Agatha, the Ghost type specialist, who's got some poison types on her team too. Now her Gengars and Arbok, and probably Crobat. Basically a whole team could be a big issue for us. This battle's going to go either way. Agatha's lead is Gengar, and it's a super bad matchup for Venusaur thanks to the move Psychic. While we do outspeed her Gengar, our Giga Drain does around 25% before we get put to sleep. Not good. We stay snoozing as Gengar then shows us his power by hitting a Psychic to put us at below half. We still don't wake up. Unfortunately for Venusaur, it doesn't get to do much this fight and falls. I now go into Victory Bell, hoping to outspeed, and in hindsight, this was a bad swap too, as we just get put to sleep again. Gengar then Psychics Victory Bell, nearly taking him out, as we do wake up and Stun Spore to paralyze Gengar. All we can do now is Vine Whip for a small amount of damage before Victory Bell falls to Gengar too. I now go into our bulkier Pokemon, Cradily, and I stupidly go for an Earthquake, forgetting they only have Levitate, and then we get put to sleep instantly again. What is the accuracy of this move? This Gengar is completely terrorizing me. While we're asleep, Gengar goes for a Confuse Ray too. How kind of him. We stay asleep as Gengar starts hitting pretty pathetic Psychics on us. Then we wake up and throw rocks at him, bringing him really low, as a Psychic critical hit brings us below half. Agatha now full restores up Gengar, and I take this time to set up an Amnesia, boosting our special defense. The next Hypnosis finally misses, and we hit ourselves in confusion. Then he puts us to sleep once again, and starts beating down on us with Shadow Balls, lowering our special defense in the process. Cradily did put up a valiant fight, but her first Gengar is just destroying me. I now go into Ludicolo because I'm running out of options quickly as we hit a super hard surf, and I'll pause this for a second. You have 3 seconds to guess what's coming next. Yep. Of course we get put to sleep again. I really don't like Gengars anymore. Gengar then beats down on us with a Shadow Ball, but we do wake up the following turn to finally take down her first Pokemon, by the way. Out next is an Arbok. While Surf does fantastic damage once more, a single Sludge Bomb just ends Ludicolo, and I'm pretty sure we're just going to wipe here. My options are limited, but we do have an Exeggutor in the back, who I forgot to heal and is at half HP. This fight is not going my way. We outspeed and Psychic Arbok to bring it down, and maybe, just maybe, we can turn this around. Next out is a Mischievous. It's super frail, but I don't want to take any more damage. I try my luck at Hypnosis, and we land it, putting the Ghost type to sleep. Then a Psychic from our 3-headed Eggplant just does massive damage, bringing him low. Agatha opts to not full restore Mischievous, so we get to take it down with a Psychic. This leaves us with another Gengar to deal with. This thing is also level 70. We're in trouble. Somehow, through sheer determination, Exeggutor survives a Sludge Bomb. Maybe the level up from Mischievous helped us, and we take down Gengar with a single Psychic attack, showcasing our Eggplant's true power, and maybe there is a chance. Last but not least is a Crobat though, who immediately takes down Exeggutor with a Sludge Bomb, and all we have is a Vileplume left. Thankfully we do have hidden power Ice, but we take an Air Cutter, and our natural bulk means we survive it on just over half. Our hidden power then doesn't do enough damage to take down Crobat. We need to survive just one more hit. Crobat Air Cutters, and Vileplume does hang on with only 22 HP left, and delivers the final blow to Agatha's Crobat. Wow, what a battle. How we managed to win, I'll never know. With Agatha beat, only one Elite Four member remains. The last Elite Four member is Lance. He's a Flying type or a Dragon type specialist, I'll let you decide. He has 2 powerful Dragonites and a Kingdra too. This could be a rough one. Aerodactyl is also super fast and has Aerial Ace, although it's not quite a powerful move. Let's do this. Lance's lead is Gyarados, and it's a neutral matchup for our Venusaur. Right away we Giga Drain for good damage on Gyarados, as he shows us he means business by Dragon Dancing, boosting his attack and speed. He Dragon Dances once more, becoming a huge threat as our Giga Drain brings him low. He then Hyper Beams Venusaur. I'm sure we're going to die, but we survive it with 10 hit points remaining, allowing us to take down Gyarados and heal us out of the red too. Phew, that could have been bad. He then sends out Kingdra. I can only Giga Drain, but we land another critical hit, taking it down and healing to nearly full. I'm not sorry about that one. Third is Aerodactyl. I expect Venusaur to meet its maker now, but Aerial Ace just doesn't have the base power, and Venusaur survives that also with 19 HP remaining, and then we hit a huge Giga Drain. Unfortunately, we're now out of PP, but it doesn't matter as his next Aerial Ace takes us out. I really wanted Victory Bell to try and get some more time in the spotlight now, so I send him out. He gets Aerial Ace, which destroys him, and I went for a Swords Dance for some reason, so the next turn we just fall to an Earthquake. Alright, I have failed you as a trainer, Victory Bell. I apologise. I now go into my Cradilly, who tanks the incoming Earthquake, and we throw rocks at Aerodactyl, and we get another turn 1 stat boost. So now we are incredibly tanky and good offensively. Our luck's been pretty good. Dragonite is his next Pokemon, and he shoots a freezing Ice Beam, which actually tickles us, as our Ancient Power does massive damage to the dragon. Dragonite then shoots off another Ice Beam, hoping for a miracle, but Cradilly is just too powerful and takes him down the next turn. We level up, increasing our HP for his last Pokemon, which is just a weaker Dragonite. He hits an Earthquake as Cradilly holds on in the red, throws rocks again at his Dragonite, and takes him down. Cradilly is an absolute monster. We didn't even have to use Ludicolo. Grass types are really showing their individual strength. But with the Elite Four conquered and not having to level up at all so far, could Erika become champion? The champion blue, whose team could pack a punch versus us. Another Gyarados, a Tyranitar, and don't forget the level 75 Charizard, who has Fire Blast. This could be rough, but the way this team has performed, I have hope. Let's become the champion of Kanto. Blue's lead is a scary Heracross, and Venusaur is faster and connects a Sludge Bomb on him for good damage, as the Mega Horn just destroys us. We Giga Drain this time for a bit of HP back, as he thankfully misses his next attack. Maybe we can now take him out. We go for a Sludge Bomb, and we critical hit again. That is a lot of crits this run, and down goes Heracross. Second out is Alakazam. With speed investment, we actually do outspeed Alakazam, and we Giga Drain for really good damage, but it's a very powerful Pokemon, and a single Psychic ends Venusaur's spree. We go into Ludicolo next, who also doesn't take a Psychic that well, nearly dying thanks to another critical hit, before we hit a Surf to bring down Alakazam. Blue now cheats by sending out Tyranitar, and Sandstream activates immediately, and we get hit from it, and it just kills Ludicolo. That's not fair, but what can you do? We go into Victory Bell again now, and we Vine Whip Tyranitar for good damage, as he knows Aerial Ace and nearly takes us out with one move. We get off another Vine Whip, bringing him lower, before Victory Bell succumbs to an Earthquake. With half my team now knocked out in the blink of an eye, and still a Charizard left, I'm pretty worried. I send out Vileplume now, and thanks to Victory Bell's damage and sacrifice, a Giga Drain takes out this big threat. This brings out his own Executor. We Sludge Bomb the Psychic and Grass type for a, yep, you guessed it, critical hit knockout, and he falls too. But now he's his ace, and major problem Charizard. It immediately outspeeds Vileplume, connects a Fire Blast, and down Vileplume goes. We have our last hope in our tank of a grass type, Cradilly. Charizard hits a Fire Blast, and we take it like the absolute champion Pokemon we've been, throw rocks at Charizard's face, and bring down the monster fire type. This just leaves a Gyarados in our way. Can we bring it down? The sand is still going, so we're both taking chip damage, and Gyarados starts to Dragon Dance. We get off an Ancient Power for over half, as Sandstorm brings him even lower. Then I choke. I completely choke, as he goes for a Dragon Dance, and I set up a Sunny Day. I should have just Ancient Powered, but I thought I'd miss out on the KO for some reason, so I set up the Sun. We then take an Earthquake to only 8 HP, and I went for an Amnesia this time. Why, oh why do I do these things? Looking at my Executor, we do have Chlorophyll. It allows us to double our speed in the sun, but Gyarados is also super buff from Dragon Dances. Gyarados outspeeds Executor still, hits an Earthquake for some reason rather than anything else, and we tank it being grass type. We instantly charge our Solar Beam thanks to the sun, and we bring Gyarados down, saving us from a wipe and an embarrassing few turns, I must say, defeating Blue, and with that, Erika becomes champion of the Kanto region. This was a fun run to do again, using grass types, although some definitely show me their power more than others, but that's mainly due to me being a really shoddy grass type trainer. And in this generation, our movesets do come down to mainly Giga Drain and Sludge Bombs, but Erika did fantastic, and we won first try with no leveling at all. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Let me know who you would like to see on a team for Koga down in the comments below. I have also a solo Houndoom running coming from Pokemon Scarlet, and that one is also a difficult challenge. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one.